Hey guys, just wanted to go over some things that I've learned as far as fighting with planes, dogfighting, and kind of a boom and zoom attitude. Both of those are very important. You need to know the capabilities of your airplanes. This here is an F4F. It is it's kind of a hybrid between a dogfighter and a boom and zoomer. It's got good output on damage. It's got 6 or 8 machine guns. It puts out 3.64 kilograms per second in a 1-second burst, which is pretty high. It's got decent speed and decent maneuverability. So I'm going to try and do a mix between the two with this plane. Now, as you can see here, I was up high. I'm diving in on this P-40 that's trying to cap B, and you can see I drop my flaps. It drops some speed, gives me some control. And I do that pretty much every time I'm in a situation where I'm in a combat situation. If I'm trying to get away, I'll raise the flaps, and I actually got the kill on that, which is nice. So you can see I raise the flaps. I am boogieing out of there because I'm way ahead of my team, and I don't want to become a target to the other guys. So I stay low to the ground, don't do any climbing, hit my overdrive, and just zoom back to my guys. As you can see, as soon as I get kind of safe, what I'm going to do is I'll climb. I want to go ahead and grab some height. Obviously, height is probably one of your best allies. It gives you a little bit more maneuverability options if you get in a situation. And I'm going to circle around. I'm within kind of our boundaries, our established boundaries of, you know, here are our guys, there are their guys. And now I'm looking for a target again. I want to find stuff that's kind of on the periphery. I want to find, you know, kind of the hunter mentality where you're trying to call the weak from the pack. If they're alone, you kind of want to go for them. I'm also looking for dangerous targets too that are alone, preferably. You can see this F6F, and there's that P-39. There's 2 very dangerous aircraft, and that Airacobra went ahead and ran into the other guy. I don't know if my buddy or my teammate got hit. The reason I hit him after he was grayed out is just because you get points for getting hits. And I see the PBY trying to capture. I get the kill, and since I know my aircraft, I know when I had to pull up. I pulled up at the last second. I was just happy to get the kill. With the PBY, the Catalina, they're very hard to kill. They're kind of tanky, so I wasn't actually expecting the kill. I got kind of lucky, but I pulled up when I needed to. You can see this F2A is kind of off by himself. He has no idea I'm here. I'm going to grab some hits on him. If he starts trying to dogfight me, I am going to get the hell out of here. See, I've put my flaps onto combat. The flaps control is very, very important. But he didn't even pay attention. If he had gotten into a turning battle, I would have tried to boogie out of there. He does actually outmaneuver me, so you got to be very, very cognizant of what you can do and what your enemy can do. Now, because I'm a little bit forward, I'm going to go ahead and grab some speed and get the hell out. You can see I also raise my flaps. It gives me a little bit of speed. Also, what you want to do is you want to use that free-look camera to always keep aware of your surroundings. You want to have a 360 mental idea of what you're trying to do. I didn't see that guy up high and what was to my left coming in on that Spitfire that was trying to cap RB. But he's in a Kitty Hawk, and I know I can outturn him. So I'm going to go ahead and try and jump in behind him. My flaps are in combat. They're down for combat, so I'm going to have a lot more maneuverability versus if they were up. I can't stress enough how important those flaps are. As you can see, I'm reloading at this point, so I've got to get the hell out. Looks like there's about 4 guys shooting at that poor guy. So I want to get out of the line of fire and go ahead and get out of there while I reload and try and grab some speed, maybe a little bit of altitude if I can. I do see my Airacobra getting chased, so I break off and try and grab this Typhoon, because the Typhoon doesn't have a great turning radius, but he's got fantastic weapons. The 1A, I believe, puts out about 3 kilograms per second on a 1-second burst. The 1B, or maybe the Mark II, has 4 cannons, and that's a premium aircraft. I believe you can also buy it at level 12 or so. The Typhoon, I believe, is like a level 7, this one. I'm not going to get him, and he's running into his group, so I'm going to go ahead and break off, and I want to get these guys off my VF-109 if I can. There's 2 of them, but I'm going to try and grab this 112 Now the 112 is very, very maneuverable at slower speeds, which is what we're at. We're under 200, which I would consider a slower speed. And then plus I'm getting not shot at, but I'm starting to see a lot of enemies. So I'm going to go ahead and break off, grab some altitude, maybe circle around and see if I can't pick another guy off out of the herd. Now, unfortunately, I got too close to him and I picked up the tail. So I'm going to go ahead and dive down to the ground, try and grab some speed, and maybe pick up. I'm going to get shot down. You can kind of feel it. See somebody coming in, diving in on my 6. I'm going to brake and look for targets. You know, I'm looking for things to kill before I get shot down. You want to do as much damage as you can, especially in an arcade. There's just you get so many airplanes, so you might as well go ahead and grab as what you can. I did end up getting that B-112. This thing's got great machine guns. Unfortunately, whatever was behind me, F-2A, very maneuverable aircraft, got behind me and shot my wings off. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a new plane. What I'm going to pick here, I'm deciding between the Air Cobra and I end up picking the Zero. I want maneuverability, dogfighting ability, and the Zero is one of the best dogfighting aircraft in the game. Its weapons are pretty good. It's got a couple 20mm cannons and a couple machine guns. Right here I'm looking to see what's on the field, just to get an idea. You know, if there's a jet around, I want to know. But you know, so I'm coming in from the spawn point, and I'm trying to maintain my altitude. This isn't the fastest of planes. It's not the best diving of planes. It's made for dogfighting. It's also not the sturdiest of planes. So I really got to be careful on what I'm picking out. And I really want to try and pick out a target I can get behind and dogfight with. That A6M3 is something I don't want to tangle with, just because it's just as maneuverable as I am. But there is that Typhoon down there. The Typhoon is a little bit separated. There's 3 or 4 guys on our side between him and them. I might go ahead and let them try to kill him and keep looking for targets. But I'm keeping him in mind. I want to know that he's down there. I'm also looking for, there's that 112, or A112. He's looking like a very pretty target. You know, let's go ahead and just keep an eye. I don't want to jump down on something that I only get one dive really with this plane. It's not a very fast plane, so I see something moving towards our A. It's a King Cobra, very dangerous aircraft. He's way off by himself. There's a lag also coming in on him, and I really want to get this kill because we cannot let him cap this point. This is a domination map, so they've already got 2 points. There's an F-2A. I go ahead, the Cobra didn't grab it, but the F-2A just might. I'm going to go ahead and try and grab him. Very maneuverable, but coming in way too fast for me to get the kill. I'm going to go ahead and try and circle back around. The F-2A is a maneuverable dogfighting aircraft, but I believe I've got better weapons than he does. And he's on the ground. Unfortunately, he did neutralize it, was almost in the midst of capturing it, but I got him before he could actually cap it. Unfortunately, now we're down 2 bases to 0. So, and I don't want to land. My aircraft is a bit too nice for me to want to land. I'm hoping somebody else will come in there and grab it. Will if I have to, but in a lot of situations where I'm in one of my better aircrafts, I won't do it. So I see a PBY and an F-79 coming in. I'm the only one here. There's nobody trying to cap our A, and I've got to defend it from getting capped if I can. I will do my best, but the PBY is hard to take down. The S-79's got decent armament for an attacking / bomber aircraft, so it's kind of a suicide mission, but as long as we can keep our base covered, I'm going to do my best. As you can see, that S-79 went ahead and picked up a kill on me. I already know he's got it, and it's going down. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up something that does a ton of damage and is not necessarily a dogfighter. You're starting to see a lot of the heavier, less dogfightery aircraft out of the enemy team as they run out of planes. So I bring in my Air Cobra. This thing is a very good aircraft. It's got 4 or 6 machine guns and a 37mm cannon. The 37mm cannon is fantastic. You can take down most anything with a couple well-placed shots. So I'm going into A, and actually you can see me diving down. I'm losing altitude because I'm trying to gain speed, and I want to get there. We still don't have it capped. There, we just got it capped. So you can see I'm breaking off. And this one, the flaps, I would say, isn't as important as the previous two aircraft. With the Zero, it's imperative that you use the flaps. It gives you unparalleled control. It handles a ton like a Spitfire when you got the flaps down. Just really, really good control with really good weapons. This one, on the other hand, you're really a boom and zoomer. You want to... It doesn't have terrible control, but it's not going to outturn a dogfighter. So you're really going to want to try and gather some speed, take a few shots, and keep on moving. See, I wasn't going to be able to get in there because I had too many. He's way off from his guys, so I feel I can bleed some speed to get to him. And it's a King Cobra. I mean, he's got a ton of damage. So there, you see, I only hit a couple shots, 1 or 2 shots with the cannon and the machine guns on him, and down he goes. So it's a very powerful thing. You don't need to go crazy. I believe you only get 30 ammo with your cannon anyway. So, you know, I grab the kill and I break off and try to grab some speed and altitude and turn around and look for my next target. You can go into for the front one, but I figured we had 2 or 3 guys there, and this other Spitfire is shooting at those guys, so I want to try and get him off the turn from attacking. And luckily, he turns right into where I'm going for my speed. So I was able to try and get a few more shots on him. And you know, if I miss him, he can outturn me. I'll go ahead and pass him, get some altitude, and then wing over and try and get behind him again, and get a few more shots into him. You don't need to see, and that's really all it takes. You know, you get those kills right on the fuselage, and he goes down. And as you can see, I raise my flaps and boogie out again. Try to grab some altitude and start looking for a new target. Right now, I'm fairly confident we're going to win, but it's still a close battle. They've got a good team with a good mix of aircraft, and I really want to defend our bases. It's 1-1. It's a tie game. We've got a few people over B, and I can see an A-20 and a PBY moving in for A. So I want to try and kill them if I can. The A-20 is another tanky aircraft, so it's very difficult to kill. It's a twin-engine bomber. It's got 1 turret, but I'm not too worried about that 1 turret. I do want to try and grab the kill. He's slowed down, so I slowed down, and I also hit my flaps, and I'm just trying to focus on him. Trying not to hit the ground. It's hard because you can tell with the weather effects, it's hard to see where the ground is. But I went ahead and got him on fire. He'll go down shortly, and unfortunately he did get to cap the airbase before I could kill him. So I want to circle around. I know that PBY is there. Now we've got 4 of our guys there. Hopefully one of them can cap, and we can get this PBY out of the way. But you see they're starting to bring it back. We really need to get this base back. We really need to get this PBY off of there. There's 2 now, 3 including me, going in for the kill. I've got the cannon, and when you're going for bombers, cannons are almost key, unless you got heavy machine guns, something like a Hurricane or a Wildcat or a Kitty Hawk. Those things will take out bombers due to their large and many guns they have on it. I'm looking to see if there's somebody capping it, and there's that A-20 going in, thank God, because this thing is pretty much useless without speed. And right now we're actually down 1, but we're starting to cap A. I want to try and defend A as much as we can. So coming in from A to B, as you can see my flaps are back up, I'm climbing, trying to grab some altitude and just hold on to the end of the match. We actually neutralized C, which is great. That's pretty much all match over. You see, at the end of the match, you got to worry about people trying to ram you. I guess they're not worried about repair costs. I don't know why. Got a critical hit on that guy. That's pretty good. I mean, you can see the power of the cannon. It's pretty nasty. It's not the end-all, be-all. So don't think you're John Rambo or anything. But it is a great tool to have. And I didn't actually get that kill, but I guess the Hurricane actually got the kill if it registered before the end of the game. But as you can see, it was a good game. 9 kills for 2 lost aircraft. And that's just knowing your aircraft. So thanks for watching, and hit me up in game. My name's SOB. Thanks.